Pair the right song with the right TV show, and that song becomes immortal. These 9 rock and rock-adjacent tunes are forever connected to the shows that made them famous. It's not possible to think about the sitcom Friends without thinking about the Rembrandt's 1995 theme song, I'll Be There For You. Just hearing a snippet of the song brings up images from the show in your mind. Like the song or not, and at one point you most certainly did not, like Friends or not, same sentiment, we can all agree the show made I'll Be There For You a tune that everyone knows.
Love this song!
Unlike a lot of songs we're talking about, this song was actually written for the series. Friends co-creators David Crane and Marta Kaufman each have a credit on the song, and it was such a successful move that it revived the practice of using real songs to open TV shows, at a time when a lot of studio executives were kinda over it. Speaking to Variety in 1994, the year Friends premiered, then ABC Entertainment president Ted Harbert said, "I think it's an antiquated practice. It gives the audience an opportunity to take the little remote and zap around. We really have to find ways to stop them from doing that." Imagine being that wrong.
Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the away.
Did the song become old? Yes, rather quickly. But as the years have passed, I'll Be There For You has sparked nostalgia for the simple years when Chandler had a smart aleck response to everything. When Tony Soprano rolls down the New Jersey Turnpike on the way to his job in waste management, you know the song that's playing. The moment that bass hits, fans of The Sopranos sat back and strapped in.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Sopranos creator David Chase heard the song and tracked down the band, Alabama 3, a Welsh-Scottish group based in London. The band had no idea what they were in for when they gave Chase the rights to use their song. They were stunned when they started getting phone calls from the US and seeing James Gandolfini on billboards as the show blew up. Of course, it is the music business, so it shouldn't be a surprise that Alabama 3 were completely hosed on the Sopranos deal. Nobody expected the show, which premiered in 1999, to be such a massive hit. But even so, the contract the band's manager negotiated was nearly criminal. Brace yourself. The band got $500 for the use of Woke Up This Morning.
No surprise there.
They would have been kicking themselves for eternity if the song had not been re-licensed as the show was renewed and eventually re-recorded for The Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark. But still, the amount of money they got fleeced for, it's a racket Tony Soprano himself would have been proud to be a part of.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's hard to find a better match of sitcom and theme song than Cheers and Where Everybody Knows Your Name. Before we get too far here, yeah, we're stretching what a rock song is, but every band has a ballad, right? So this counts. The part that plays over the opening credits, mostly the chorus, is about Frasier, Norm, Cliff, Diane, and company congregating at Cheers. They're coming together week to week making community, and if they're not quite best friends, they at least know a little bit about each other.
Where everybody knows your name.
Like I'll Be There For You, Where Everybody Knows Your Name was written specifically for the show. The creative team behind Cheers hunted down songwriters Gary Portnoy and Judy Hart-Angelo ahead of the show's premiere in 1982. The duo had caught the production team's attention because of their work on the musical Preppies, particularly the song People Like Us. According to Portnoy, their mission was to basically repackage People Like Us with different lyrics and make them relate to a bunch of likable losers who hung out in a Boston bar.
Hundreds of bottles. Red and white wine glasses. I grit snow covers.
The songwriting duo didn't think they were up to the task, but it all came together in a flash one day when Portnoy was messing around at the piano. Not only did Where Everybody Knows Your Name perfectly sum up Cheers, but it became a beloved and nostalgic song in its own right. As for Portnoy, he didn't know the rules about getting paid. He only received $150 up front for the song, but he did at least rake in the royalties, so it wasn't a complete loss. Okay, this song was very famous before Stranger Things got its hands on it. However, ask someone born after the year 2000 where they heard it for the first time, and the answer might surprise you. Running Up That Hill received an enormous boost in popularity when it landed on Netflix, partly because Kate Bush isn't really in the habit of licensing her songs, so hearing her stuff on a TV show is kinda rare. When character Max Mayfield escaped from evil villain Vecna thanks to the power of friendship and art pop, Running Up That Hill went from about 102 million listens on Spotify to a staggering 1.5 billion. As a result, Kate Bush, who actually owns the rights to her music, has made an estimated extra $3.75 million as of January 2026. Thanks to Stranger Things, Running Up That Hill even reached number 2 in the UK and number 8 in the US, higher than it ever was before. What season of Grey's Anatomy are we on now? 72? We're not even going to try to remember the twists and turns the story's taken since its premiere in March 2005. But you know what we will remember? That song.
If I lay here,
Yep, that sounds like 2005, all right.
if I just lay here.
Anyway, that's Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, and we might actually have multiple shows to thank for elevating Chasing Cars to mega hit status. The song was used in the second season finale of Grey's Anatomy in 2006, as well as the third season finale of One Tree Hill that same year, just weeks apart. How is that possible? We don't want to be rude, but Chasing Cars as a song is just so nebulous and generic in sound and meaning that you can kind of apply it to anything. It fits love stories, it suits funerals, anatomy books, it's pleasant, and it's definitely a song you've heard. Since 2006, Chasing Cars continued to appear in lots of shows, including other medical dramas like House and ER. It's also been covered a lot by stars like Ed Sheeran, and sits at 1.67 billion listens on Spotify. What is it actually about? Apparently, it's a tune Gary Lightbody wrote about something his father once told him. When Lightbody told his dad he was interested in a girl, his dad told him that he was like a dog chasing a car. When he caught it, he wouldn't know what to do with it, which is a pretty funny way to troll your son. But hey, we bet Gary got the last laugh with those royalty checks.
I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over.
Hey, another ballad. Paula Cole's soft rock song I Don't Wanna Wait is pretty much synonymous with the opening credits of the teen drama Dawson's Creek. Released as the second single off her 1996 album This Fire, the song was a hit. It followed on the heels of Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And it was granted eternal life thanks to Dawson's Creek. It was a matter of right place, right time, and of course, right song.
I want to know right now, could it be?
Unfortunately, the artist soon fell victim of the song's success. She confided to HuffPost, "The idea that people only know who I am as an artist because I Don't Want to Wait was used as the Dawson's Creek theme song bothers me because I care so much about leaving a great body of work."
It's the song of my life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
She was barely 30 years old at the time, and This Fire was just her second album. I Don't Want to Wait was the last song she wrote for the album. Despite being a very personal portrait of family drama, the song not only fit Dawson's Creek then, but it still feels relevant today.
I just think our emerging hormones are destined to alter our relationship, and I'm trying to limit the fallout.
But that's not the end of the story. In 2020, Netflix aired Dawson's Creek without Cole's song. Cole re-recorded the track, and thanks to fan protests, Netflix reintegrated her recording, to which she now owns the masters, into the show's opening.
I'm going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
That's bassist Les Claypool singing during the opening of South Park, followed by characters Stan and Kyle chiming in.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation.
Fans of the now nearly 30-year-old Comedy Central juggernaut can recite those opening lines and the song's slappy, funky bass line on cue. In retrospect, Claypool's one-of-a-kind playing, combined with Primus's off-kilter musical stylings, seems like the obvious choice for South Park, but that wasn't always the case. In a 2025 YouTube interview with Rick Beato, Claypool described how South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone approached him to write their theme song. This was back when Parker and Stone were physically cutting out paper figures to animate the show by hand.
And as they were making the South Park pilot, they would listen to different music. And the only one they could all agree on was Primus. So they thought, oh wow, what if we could get Primus to do this?
Claypool's original recording for South Park actually plays at the end of the show and rolls during its credits. It's a little slower than the intro we all know and love. Comedy Central thought the song wasn't peppy enough.
We're just like, just speed it up. So they sped it up. And then it became...
And the rest is history.
You're not the boss of me now, and you're not so big.
They Might Be Giants' ska-adjacent punkish theme song of Malcolm in the Middle, Boss of Me, is certainly effective as a show opener. It's largely composed to the same line sung again and again, and it sounds exactly like what a kid might bark at a parent if they were feeling stuck in the middle. Really a slam dunk pairing of premise and execution. Boss of Me even won a 2002 Grammy for Best Song written for a motion picture, television, or other visual media. Speaking to AV Club, one half of They Might Be Giants, John Flansburgh, described how Fox approached him and co-giant John Linnell to write a song for a TV pilot. Flansburgh had been noodling around with Boss of Me for a while. Flansburgh recalled, "The theme that is Boss of Me is literally something that was sitting around half finished and I couldn't pry it open and get a full song out of it. So I thought this would be perfect for a TV theme because it's got a lot of energy. It kind of fits." They Might Be Giants recorded a demo of Boss of Me and Fox loved it. And at some point during the process, Malcolm in the Middle creator Linwood Boomer contributed the key lyric, "Life is unfair." According to Flansburgh, "When we're doing themes, I often ask people, is there a bullet phrase that sums up the energy of this project?" And that's exactly what he said, which is kind of a jaw-dropping thing. I mean, life is unfair is a very weird idea. Weird. And it turns out perfect. They Might Be Giants is better remembered for their cover of Istanbul, not Constantinople, where they reminded 90s kids about that city in Turkey.
Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way.
That's not historically accurate, but songs rarely are. Bare Naked Ladies used to be known mostly for this song.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.
But that ended with a big bang when along came a sitcom about a bunch of nerds hanging out. Back in 2005, Big Bang Theory showrunner Chuck Lorre happened to see the band live on a night when they delivered an off-the-cuff rap about, well, the Big Bang and the origins of the cosmos. Talk about kismet. Lorre contacted them to write the theme song for his now classic sitcom, and history was made. Not that it was that difficult. Singer Ed Robertson said he wrote the Big Bang Theory's theme song, The History of Everything, in the shower in 15 minutes.
All started with a big bang.
The History of Everything was such a hit, and the payout to the band is so huge that Robertson says that his grandchildren's family are totally set for life. It's almost like they had $1 million instantly. You know how the rest goes.
I'd be rich